Hi everybody, it's July 6th and I'm going to do a short tarot reading on COVID-19. I hope you're all well. Yeah. So I'm sort of settled back in Canada, but I wouldn't really call it completely settled in. It's been challenging for different reasons. Mostly just because I want to live in two places during the year. If anybody wants an individual tarot reading, just contact me down below via my webpage. Right now I'm doing like a 40-minute tarot reading and then 20 minutes of energy clearing at the end, which is really nice. Very relaxing. And it's also interesting to see what your cards say and then move into sort of more like a dream state with the energy work. Sort of opens up a different way of feeling and seeing things, which is it's, I don't want to say therapeutic. It's a bit therapeutic, and it's also just accessing a different layer. We live in layers, and the way we see the world, and sometimes the day-to-day is overwhelming because that's the practical layer, and it's nice to move into more like a, oops, that card came out, more like a dream state, and getting back to following our dreams and getting on our path, because we all have one. Okay. Okay. So we'll start with the present moment. Ooh, it's, whoa. Looking very interesting today. And of course, that one card just sort of flew out of the deck. So can't ignore that one. All right. So there are 3 kings in this reading, signifying we have a very strong masculine energy with respect to decisions that are being made right now internationally, politically. Just did a muscle test on that. So that's more of a political thing. We're starting with the King of Cups in the present moment. And the King of Cups is a likable guy. I mean, he's a bit more of a dreamer. And he's more, the cups represent the emotional. So he's more in the emotional realm of things. So we have someone who is very much a heartfelt kind of person, possibly a leader who is directing things, not just with his mind and with economics and all that, but we have somebody in the forefront who's actually really thinking about people on a very humanitarian level. So that's a really strong card to start with. And he's actually right next to the World card, and he's looking at the world. So the World card is, the opening of all the possibilities in life and making decisions. And, as you can see, there's different elements in the corner indicating that we need to focus our energy in a particular way in order to create change and possibilities. So, having a vision and being able to see the whole picture, and whether you're doing it intuitively or you're doing it scientifically because you have information to make certain choices, this card is indicating that this leader is looking at all the possibilities, and his heart is in the right place, and he's looking at which way we're going to direct things. And this is right now and in the next month. So this is what's happening internationally right now. We have someone in a leadership position who's looking at the possibilities in a positive way and wanting to make some changes. And interestingly, after that, we have so now we're moving into, the next month or so, maybe 6 weeks. We have another king. He's more dictated by, earthly wares, necessities, the practical things. And he is, you can see all the coins. I mean, this person tends to be wealthy, very successful, very good with money. So he's also involved in some decision making. And we have the card next to that, which kind of concerns me because this is the Five of Swords, okay? So these cards are together. And actually, I'll just show you the way it would be presented looking at me. So this person is looking at this king, and the king is looking at this person. And the Five of Swords is, the five represents, it's more of a conflictual card. Like the person has managed to get away with something. They've won, they've made progress, but it's not a positive, nice thing. It's more like, oh, I got away with that, or maybe nobody will notice, or maybe a few heads, rolled in the process, a few people got stepped on in order for, things to go this person's way. So, the King of Pentacles here, somebody who's very wealthy, who is possibly involved in some things that maybe aren't completely upfront, things that we are not really completely aware of. And, we also have the King of Swords in here. That's the card that sort of flew out of the deck. And I just naturally put it sort of right above this card, okay? So, we've got another possible political leader. Could also be someone in the health sector. This is the intellectual. This is the person who might be more, representing the scientific realm, looking at the information and evidence we have. And he's a no-nonsense kind of guy. So he's also a very powerful figure who's involved in what's happening. I don't want to place him in a particular spot exactly, but I sort of see him around the middle here, like the next few months. So we have another leader who's involved in some very important decision making. And after the Five of Swords, moving into the 3 months of looking at the COVID situation, we have, the Ten of Cups reversed. It's not completely a negative card being reversed, but, it's saying, be careful, we don't have a happy ending yet, so moving into 3 months, so we're July already. Hard to believe. This feels like it's been going on a long time already, at least to me. So so July, August, September. So moving into the fall, we have some positive indications of people, let's say, being able to be more settled in their day-to-day life, their finances, a stabilization of relationships. However, things are still unclear, uncertain. We haven't moved to the perfect place because, it's Ten of Cups, it's hopeful, but it's reversed. And the final card here, the Six of Swords. Okay, this is an interesting card because, it can represent a physical journey or it can represent a spiritual or emotional journey. It's sort of cloudy in the card, and you can see that, somebody is helping somebody and sort of move forward to the next step, if you will, or the next place. It's actually a woman and a child in a boat. And you can see that there is, land on the horizon as he's moving forward. So 1, 2, so this is part of the 3-month reading for COVID. I don't see this card as a physical traveling type of card. I feel like travel is going to be very much, I'll just do a muscle testing on that, travel. So, well, it's saying we're still going to be able to travel. So car, not so much. Airplane, yeah, it looks like there'll still be flights. So people will still maybe be doing business and doing some traveling. There might be some restrictions on that. And let me just ask a question about this. The Six of Swords. Let's just show it to you again. So Six of Swords. Let's ask if it's a spiritual. No, it's not spiritual. Emotional. No. Is it a physical change? Okay, so it's some sort of physical change, some kind of movement, some sort of shift in how we live, how we see the future, and making plans. Okay, so that's coming up in 3 months. Yeah, I hope that's helpful. I hope you're all well and your family as well, wherever you are. Just look below at the information if you'd like to see my webpage, and we'll see you next Monday.